Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me for Brian Post Game Sports Live. Well, in this episode, we'll be going over the NBA's most toughest players to go up against and to guard, starting with number one, Michael Jordan. Yes, the NBA GOAT of all time. Some people have others as their GOAT, but Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, and he was a tough player to go up against. And here's why. One, the ultimate basketball assassin, Jordan psychology warfare. Yes, that was no joke. Axe, Axe John Stockton, Axe Isaiah Thomas, and even Axe some of those greats, and even Axe Charles Barkley, because those were all guys that went up against Michael Jordan. It was not easy. That man had a fadeaway shot and he scared you when he was going up to make 3 pointers, that's a whole lot of problems to deal with. It wasn't just his unstoppable fadeaway, it was his infamous trash talk, his ability to back it up, left defenses mentally defenseless before tip off. Yes, he did talk trash. That man, Michael Jordan, did talk trash, but he also backed it up with his play. He was by far the toughest person to guard. The fadeaway, the dunk, as I alluded to earlier, the defense, the dribbling, to be able to break double teams. You guys remember the New York Knicks back in 1993? Or was it 93, 94? This man was trapped. He spin baseline, turned this way, turned around, and dunked on John Stark. That was an amazing dunk to see in the finals that year because Michael Jordan got out of that double team that they were putting him in. The man was so hard to play against. They had to come up with Jordan rules. The Jordan rule, the Jordan rules to be able to stop him from scoring or stop him from getting in the basket. That's how elite this man was. And it was also another one. He was his ruthless mentality. The man was ruthless when he played. He did not care. That man wanted to embarrass you and to score against you. The, they would rather guard against anyone else to face ruthless attack. Meaning they'd rather play against anyone other than Michael Jordan because he was so feared at the basket. Number two, as some people will say, the second coming of Michael Jordan, Kobe being Bryant. Yes, a Lakers fan. I love myself some Kobe Bryant. I have a shirt and I have his basketball cards. That's how much I love to watch this man play. You had this one. The mama mentality wasn't just a catchphrase, it was the psychology edge that made Kobe Bryant one of the most fierce scorers ever. Yes, he was a fierce scorer. You were scared to leave this man open. You were even scared to see him on the perimeter because you knew what was about to take place either a jump shot, a layup, or he was dunking on you at the basket. He was going to do whatever he could to get that basketball. If it means stealing, if it means anything, if it means trash talking, getting into your head. Yes, Kobe did talk trash. He did talk trash to his opponents. We can agree on that, people. He did talk trash. But like Michael Jordan, he backed it up. Here's another part of the quote. His his omniscience work ethic and his ability to hit possible shots while being perfectly defended left opponents feeling hopeless. Yes, we're going to stop right there. He did make impossible shots. This man made 3 pointers at the buzzard. He made impossible layups. He made foul attempts. Though sometimes those impossible shots had more than one defender on him. Sometimes three, sometimes four, sometimes five defenders, depending on the team. Because some teams will leave only one on him and try to guard everyone else because of fear of his passing ability. The man could pass a basketball. And the part where it said, while being perfectly defended, left defenders feeling hopeless. Yes, because the only thing they can do is get up a hand. And when their coach was yelling at them, they were like, "What are you doing? That is a great player on the other end. That's Kobe Bryant you're leaving open." Yes, and they would say there was nothing that they could possibly do about it because they knew how tough that man was to guard. And they knew that he had a counter move for everything you came up with. You guard me this way, well, I have another move for you, was his mentality. The third player, arguably another GOAT, they say, between Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, is LeBron James. Yes, people, that's going to be a debate for some because some of you guys are going to be MJ, some are Kobe. I'm a Kobe guy. Kobe is my GOAT. But I know for a lot of you guys, Jordan, because some of you guys might have grew up early in his career. But here's something that makes LeBron James the tough to guard. 6'9", 250 pounds, a freight train with point guard skills. LeBron combined size, speed, and basketball IQ has terrified the league for 2 decades. Let's stop there. Yes, he's 6'9", people, 250 pounds. You know how scary it is to have a guy like that running at you on fast break? You got to want to go to the hospital if you're going to guard LeBron James. You have to be able to take contact, absorb contact, and you also have to be able to get the ball and still be able to get up without coming up off the ground like this or coming up like this, guarding LeBron, because that man will put you on the floor. He's dunked on Damian Jones. He's dunked on Tim Duncan. He has dunked on just recently. He dunked on Luke Cornett. I know Luke Cornett's not a great defender. I know, people, he's not a top defender, but he still dunked on him. You know how fearful that is to get dunked on by LeBron James? That just tell he even dunked on, who was it? He played on Charlotte, but he dunked on him. Well, he dunked on a lot of guys in his career. Let's stop the basketball IQ. LeBron James is a smart basketball player. He can see plays before they even start. He can tell where one guy is going to go before the next guy goes. He can tell what one guy is going to make a pass. He can tell you a play before it even begins. So that can tell you how smart his IQ is, because you got to have smart IQ to do that. Without the IQ, it can be pretty tough to be able to tell a play before it happens. His ability, physical dominance, while making him read, forcing them to completely change their defense. Problem, his break train ability. LeBron James running at you on a fast break. That is one reason when he's running on fast break, people intend to stay away. They don't want LeBron James running at them. I can't blame them. I don't want someone 6'9". I don't want someone 6'9", 250 pounds running at me. Call me scared, call me chicken, call me afraid, all you want. That is a 6'9", 250-pound guy. I'm pretty sure some of you would have got out of his way. Second, the Kings' dynamic consistency have made him generate force opponents to still fear in his later years in his legendary career. Yes, there are people that are still running from LeBron James on a fast break, even at the age of 41 going on 42. He still puts fear in people. Number 4, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Remember the sky hook? Bam, turn. That shot was never getting blocked. He was the most feared player because of the sky hook, the dribble, the block. That man was at least 7'1". With that sky hook, you weren't blocking it. I don't care what type of great defender you are. defender you are. You're not blocking Kareem's shot. The shot is so famous that people in today's league are now doing that shot. They are doing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's shot or the Mikan drill. And I can't blame them. That move was an unstoppable move. The skyhook was a basket. And here's what a columnist, or here's what a quote has said. The skyhook was basketball's most unstoppable weapon, as I just alluded to. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wound in with a calculated press list that terrified defenders for 20 years. His combined height, skill, and intelligence made him vulnerable, impossible to guard, leading to the NBA's all-time scoring record, which not now LeBron James is, that stood for 39 years. Yes, it stood for 39 years. So let's stop there. His combined skills in the skyhook, as I alluded to either. That man had skills. That man, there's no denying it, guys. That man had skill. He was a tough player in his day, other than Michael Jordan, was tough to guard. You weren't blocking that skyhook. Number 5, Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was one of the greatest point guards, as they said. Some have Steph, some have others. Some have John Stockton, some have Bob Cousy, some have Pistol Pete Maravich. But Magic Johnson, and this is what a quote said. Magic Johnson is 6'9", frame, unprecedented vision of the game, made him a nightmare matchup that revolutionized the point guard position. Stop right there. Magic Johnson did have great point guard skills. That man had a pass that went like that. That shows you how great a passer that man was. He shot. He made dribble. He can pass, dribble, and do anything. He can even play in the post if you need him to. Which I know, people. He did play in the post. I'm not saying that he was a post player, but I'm just saying that he did play in the post. He was a point guard. But he still was an elite guard. It left players terrorized. Yes, when you went up against Magic Johnson, you knew you were going to be up for a fight. Now, I was not there when Magic Johnson played. I was there in the 90s. I wasn't there in his early career. But from watching highlights, this man was an elite point guard that feared people. Number 6, the Big Dipper. And who is the Big Dipper? Wilt Chamberlain. Why did I say that? Wilt Chamberlain was 7 feet, 7'1". That was impossible to guard. He did have muscle. Yes, he was slim a bit, but the man did have muscle. He was tough to guard. He was tough to score against. And here's why. Here's what a quote said. The Big Dipper, combined of size, strength, and athleticism, was so dominant that the NBA had to change its rules to try to contain him. Yes, the league had to change their rules to try to stop Wilt Chamberlain, because Wilt Chamberlain was a dominant player. In his career, Wilt Chamberlain averaged 30.1 points per game. Rebounds, he averaged 22.9 rebounds a game. The only problem he had was his free throws. The man could not shoot free throws. But his size and combined weight was a problem. It put some fear into people. I know if I was playing in the 60s or 70s or 50s, I would not want to go up against Wilt. Wilt would have been dunking over me, making layups, dribbling past me, pushing me off to the side, because I'm not a strong guy, as you guys can tell. But getting back on topic, Wilt Chamberlain was a fear player. He left defenses hopeless. And that's what you want as a player. You want to leave your opponents fearless. You want them to say, oh, I got to go up against this guy tonight. Oh, let me get the strategy going. Let me get the game. You want that. You want your opponent to feel that. If they don't feel that, then there's something either wrong with them, and not to be rude, but there's something wrong with their game. I don't want to go over more than my time. We're going to end the segment here. If you enjoy the video, please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't already yet, please leave a comment down below of a list of your top 5 greatest players that were tough to guard. I'd love to hear that in the comment section of this video. This is Brian, Post Game Sports Live. You guys have a great, wonderful day, and good night.